Hello, this is Sarah Braasch. Welcome back to my channel. So I just wanted to do a quick impromptu video, an update video to update you on the time frame, the expected time frame in terms of getting a final decision back from the Connecticut Freedom of Information Act Commission hearing officer Danielle McGee. So the reply briefs, the post-hearing briefs were submitted by my attorneys in Yale on January 3rd, and then reply briefs were submitted on January 17th, Friday, January 17th, 2020. And so I spoke with my attorneys today just to ask them about what is the expected time frame, and they said that probably January 17, 2020 is considered the conclusion of the hearing, and that there's some ambiguity in the regulations. A strict interpretation of the regulations could lead one to think that there needs to be a final decision from hearing officer Danielle McGee within 60 days of the conclusion of the hearing, which probably is considered to be January 17th, 2020. So, and although a looser interpretation of the regulations could lead one to think that the commission could take as long as a year from January 17th to reach a final decision, but no one expects them to take that long. And I think that the commission and commission hearing officer Danielle McGee appreciate that time is of the essence, particularly for me, and that I am quite desperate to get this resolved as quickly as possible. So knowing and understanding and appreciating that they appreciate that fact, we do expect a fairly quick resolution. We're certainly hopeful for a quick resolution as well as a favorable resolution. There are three meetings that are scheduled in the future within that 60-day window. And I believe the first meeting is on the 13th of February. I believe the second meeting is on the 26th of February. And I believe that the third meeting is on the 11th of March. Agendas for those meetings have not been released yet. So we don't know. So we'll keep a close eye, and I'll do a blog post about this as well. And Gretchen Mullen, Skeptic Review 89 on Twitter, is also going to tweet about this, and we'll post links to the Connecticut Freedom of Information Act Commission, their website, where they list their upcoming meetings, and they include the agendas, and then once the meetings happen, they include minutes. So, and then there also needs to be before the meeting, when the decision of the hearing officer is announced, the respective attorneys need to be given a certain amount of time to respond to the final decision and to make any objections that they might have. And that is a certain number of days. They need to have a certain amount of time, and it needs to be a certain amount of days before the final decision is finally announced at whichever meeting. So I'm going to post that link, and we'll keep a close eye on the agendas for those upcoming meetings. And then the second that I see that the final decision for my hearing to obtain the Yale police body camera footage that exposes the Yale administration and police as disgusting liars, as soon as I see that on the agenda of one of the upcoming meetings, I will let you know immediately. But the reason why I wanted to do this video is to say we could reasonably expect a final decision pretty soon. My attorneys seem to think that might happen. So we're hopeful that that will happen. I'm hopeful that that will happen. We'll see. I don't know when should hold their breath, but I am pretty hopeful that we'll get a quick resolution. And then, of course, if it's a decision that's favorable for me, I fully expect Yale to appeal, and then I'll have to figure out a way to either come up with the money to pursue that litigation, or I'll have to let it go. On that note, please, please, please donate to my legal fund. My attorneys are working. They're not working for free. I have to pay them. I just don't have to pay them right now. They are working without being paid at the moment. So please donate to my legal fund so that I can pay my attorneys and so that I can handle the litigation when Yale appeals the final decision of Connecticut Freedom of Information Act Commission hearing officer Danielle McGee. I am very hopeful. I don't want to say that I expect, but I am very hopeful for a favorable decision that she will compel Yale to release the Yale police body camera footage. I'm very hopeful. And if I don't get a favorable decision, I'll have to make that decision. I'll have to make a decision about whether or not I can go forward. If I can appeal, or if I just want to go forward and just go ahead and sue Yale at that point, as well as other entities which are part of the moral outrage industry, all of whom participated in the global vilification and defamation campaign against me. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please donate to my legal fund. My PayPal, me, and GoFundMe links will be below, as well as a bunch of other links. Please support me as I continue to fight for justice. This isn't just about me. This is about restoring civil liberties, including due process and free speech on college campuses, at Yale, and everywhere. This is about stopping the moral outrage industry before they get one more innocent person killed or drive one more innocent person to suicide, destroy one more innocent career. We can't let them do this to anyone else. We can't. Stand with me. We are in a moment of real cultural insanity and mass delusion, but we are going to get through this together, I promise. I will never stop fighting for justice. Okay, thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.